Every technological revolution has a gatekeeper. Oil had Standard Oil, railroads had Carnegie, operating systems had Microsoft, the smartphone had Apple, but artificial intelligence has Nvidia, a company that once built graphics cards for teenagers playing video games, now controls the engines powering humanity's most advanced machines. Every AI image, every large language model, every autonomous robot, every scientific breakthrough accelerated by machine learning. Almost all of them depend on one thing: Nvidia chips, not oil, not gold, not even electricity. Today, the world's most valuable resource is compute, and Nvidia owns more of it than anyone else. The biggest companies on Earth are standing in line, waiting, begging for shipments of tiny black processors. Entire data centers worth billions sit empty until Nvidia says yes. How did this happen? How did one company quietly become the single most important supplier in the biggest technological revolution since the internet? The answer begins 20 years ago, with a decision so risky, it nearly destroyed the company. So, what was this risk, and how did it turn Nvidia into the world's most valuable company? In 2006, Nvidia wasn't an AI company, it was a gaming company. Its mission was simple: make graphics look better, faster, more realistic. But inside Nvidia, CEO Jensen Huang saw something almost nobody else did. GPUs weren't just graphics processors, they were massively parallel computers. Instead of solving one problem at a time like traditional CPUs, they could solve thousands simultaneously. That made them perfect, not only for games but for mathematics, physics, simulation, machine learning. There was just one problem: nobody knew how to program them. So Nvidia did something extraordinary. It spent years and billions of dollars building a software platform, CUDA, not a chip, not hardware, software, a programming language and ecosystem that let researchers unlock the full power of GPUs. Wall Street hated it. Customers barely cared. Many engineers thought it was unnecessary. It produced almost no immediate profit. For years, CUDA looked like an expensive mistake. But Jensen Huang kept investing, year after year, generation after generation. The company wasn't simply selling chips anymore. It was building an operating system for accelerated computing. Then everything changed. In 2012, researchers used Nvidia GPUs to train a neural network called AlexNet. It crushed the competition in image recognition. Almost overnight, deep learning exploded. Universities rushed to buy Nvidia GPUs. Researchers adopted CUDA. Every paper, every experiment, every breakthrough made CUDA stronger. Because once developers wrote millions of lines of CUDA code, leaving Nvidia became painfully expensive. The moat wasn't silicon, the moat was software, and by the time the world noticed, it was already too late. Investing billions into a software nobody wanted nearly killed Nvidia. Wall Street called it a failure, but Jensen Huang was playing a different game. Chapter 2: The Monopoly. People often ask, why doesn't AMD simply build a better chip, or Intel? After all, making processors is what they do. The answer is surprisingly simple. This isn't a hardware war anymore. It's an ecosystem war. Imagine trying to replace Windows overnight, or Android. Even if your alternative is technically excellent, millions of applications already depend on the original. That's CUDA, thousands of AI libraries, millions of developers, entire university courses, research papers, cloud infrastructure, optimization tools, debuggers, compilers, every layer built around Nvidia. AMD has powerful hardware. Intel has enormous manufacturing expertise. But Nvidia spent nearly 2 decades building the software universe surrounding its chips. That's incredibly difficult to copy. Meanwhile, the hardware kept improving. Each new generation delivered enormous jumps in AI performance. Faster training, lower power consumption, higher memory bandwidth. Companies buying tens of thousands of GPUs weren't just purchasing silicon. They were buying certainty, predictability, support, an ecosystem proven by thousands of AI teams. That created an extraordinary feedback loop. More customers, more software, more developers, more optimization, more demand. Which funded even better chips, which attracted even more customers. Classic network effects, except instead of social media, the network was global artificial intelligence. Today, switching away from Nvidia can mean rewriting years of engineering work. For many companies, that's simply impossible, which explains something almost unbelievable. Customers don't negotiate with Nvidia, they compete for the privilege of buying its products. Today, Nvidia doesn't just build chips, they control the oxygen of the AI era. Brackets are locked, and competitors are left decades behind. But in tech, no empire lasts forever. Will Nvidia maintain this absolute monopoly, or is a new silicon feud brewing in the shadows? What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. The AI boom changed everything. Suddenly, every major technology company wanted one thing: more GPUs. Microsoft bought them, Google bought them, Amazon bought them, Meta bought them, OpenAI needed them, Anthropic needed them. Nearly every frontier AI lab found itself competing for the same finite supply. Entire billion-dollar projects were delayed, not because they lacked money, but because Nvidia couldn't manufacture chips fast enough. That's unprecedented. Imagine Ferrari deciding when Amazon could launch a new service. That's the level of leverage Nvidia achieved. But monopolies rarely last forever. The biggest customers have noticed the danger. Google developed its own TPUs. Amazon built Trainium and Inferentia. Microsoft has invested in Maya. Meta is designing custom AI silicon. Apple continues expanding its in-house chip strategy. Even OpenAI has reportedly explored designing specialized hardware. Governments are paying attention too, because whoever controls AI compute may influence scientific discovery, military capability, economic growth, and geopolitical power. The race is no longer just corporate, it's national. Yet none of these challenges have truly broken Nvidia's dominance, not yet. Because building chips is difficult, building software ecosystems is harder, building developer trust can take decades. That's exactly what Nvidia spent 20 years doing, while almost nobody was watching. And that may be the greatest lesson of this story. The world's biggest monopolies rarely appear overnight. They are built patiently, quietly. One decision, one engineer, one impossible bet at a time. The next era of civilization may be written by artificial intelligence. But before AI can think, it needs compute. And for now, the company selling the shovels still owns the gold rush. Jensen Huang didn't just survive the Silicon Wars, he conquered them. Nvidia now sits on a throne made of artificial intelligence. But history teaches us one thing: the bigger the empire, the harder the fall. Is Nvidia truly unstoppable, or are we witnessing the calm before the ultimate tech crash? This concludes our mini-documentary series. Thank you for watching Silicon Feuds. Subscribe to join the inner circle. Until the next feud.